My name is Caleb Glube. I also go by Glubinator or Glub. I have a ton of experience in a bunch of different areas, but most recently I've been working as the CEO and esports director for the NECC, and we've been developing collegiate esports on a national scale.
Yeah, and my name's Neukam. I'm the director of esports at Ambrose University. I'm a young esports professional. I'm a caster. I am a tournament organizer. I do a lot of production. I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes in the industry, and I obviously am a grassroots esports professional, so I do a lot in the grassroots scene.
Yeah, so the NECC's been basically, we were created for the sole reason of, there was a couple of us in the industry that just decided that it wasn't fun or enjoyable for lower tier teams to play, and it wasn't fun for the higher tier teams when they had to play those lower tier teams. So we created basically a system that's well modeled after the amateur system in the real world to kind of set up so that we could model the collegiate after that. Now the hometown series is for a different problem actually in the esports space in its entirety. We have a lot of problems of recruitment, and this is one of the first facets of our engineering to be able to get into the making sure that our schools can recruit players from the high school scene consistently and have an outlook to do that, much like baseball tournaments for high school students or soccer tournaments for high school students. Same sort of situation, just also bringing that collegiate aspect in for LAN events as well.
Yeah, I would say that's a lot of the direction. I would say the vision and kind of like my perception of it is really just a grassroots series to bring together the mid-best talent that we have here in the Midwest. I say mid-best instead of Midwest. But bringing in the talent that we have here in the Midwest to compete against each other, showcase that talent, not just for the scholastic pipeline, but for the pipeline for our students that are graduating college as well and that are going on to work professionally in esports.
From the conference side of things, we chose this because it's part of our partners and what they offer at their collegiate program. We do have specialization in League of Legends, Valorant, and Rainbow Six. We play those all year round in our season. Although for the hometown series, we'd like to put a focus on the host city and what they're doing and what they showcase.
So, hi, yeah, that was us. We decided to host Rocket League, Overwatch, and Super Smash Bros. Because, as Caleb said, we have a list of probably 6 to 8 schools, or 6 to 8 games that we're really good at running, but these were the 3 that really we wanted to focus on for this event because we knew the Quad City esports development had Overwatch, had Rocket League, and had Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
I've got my predictions. I'm not going to say exactly what I think is happening, isn't happening, but so far in our brackets, I've been about 80% correct. So yeah. It's been awesome to see just kind of like how the upsets have been working and what those have been looking like. But it's just going to be amazing to see the last couple games go off here and who that's and like how it's going to turn out. Because in all honesty, with Overwatch and Rocket League, there's a couple teams that could just outright win it, or there's a couple teams that could just outright upset, which is really cool to see.
And my prediction, St. Ambrose is going to win everything. I'm a little biased, but the bees are coming back and we're swinging. Hashtag bring the sting. SAU strong.
Personal relationships, so definitely not Smash. For me personally. I'm not a fighting games guy. I've never really been a part of the fighting games community. I've helped run a couple tournaments for the fighting games scene, but I'm not a big fan of it. The big 2 for me are Rocket League and Overwatch in this event right now. I played Overwatch on the semi-professional level for a while, and then Rocket League I helped coach a couple different teams through a bunch of different leagues and a bunch of different organizations. With the highest ever being an outside RLRS team. So I've got a little bit of relation to both of them, and I would love to see both games continue to do well. Rocket League's been actually amazing in the collegiate scene recently, but my current game of choice is not being played here, so that's the only unfortunate.
My favorite game to play is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Of the games that we have here, my favorite game to play is Smash Ultimate. My favorite game to watch is probably Rocket League, and then my favorite game to cast is Overwatch. So it's a little bit of best of both worlds with all three, but I'm pretty integrated into all three of those scenes. So I'm a huge fan of all three of those games. It was a joke.
It's, I mean, I'll start off. We've got a lot of different personalities, and my job recently has been just kind of managing the personalities and making sure that no one's blowing over someone, or making sure that on our staff side we aren't having potential problems within internals. And that's challenging on its own, but there's so many macro problems about like overview and how it's going to work and all these things, and those we're all figuring out with Ryan and the people in Rhythm City Casinos earlier in the phases, and Quad Cities too. But the kind of development once you're at the event and the kind of run of show, things start to fall in line, and that's the best part about it, is everyone knows what they need to do. And yes, I've been kind of a little bit of everywhere today, which not a lot of people know, but Booker, who's not here right now, he falls into the TO line. That's the only thing he's doing. That's what he's doing, right? Neukam and I have been a little bit more floaters. We can work somewhere, we can work somewhere else. If we need to do this, we've got the time to do this, great, we're gonna do that, right? But we have a lot of people that are specialized, we have a lot of people that are a little bit more floaters, and then we have a lot of volunteers that are also on hand working and making sure that the games are being managed well and that teams are in the right spots. And the front desk is check-in working, right? So there's so many different little pieces. It's all about just making sure communication doesn't break down anywhere.
With esports specifically, especially an event of this caliber, there's kind of two different types of events. There's events where you're going to need internet for every individual setup that you're using, and then there's events like fighting games events where you don't need internet for every individual setup. With this sort of event, with us needing 36 to 48 computers plugged in, the technical difficulty kind of parameter kind of increases there. So I would say that's the biggest challenge when you're going and doing these events, especially if you're picking different locations, is sorting out what those technical difficulties would be. For instance, we went to go set up PCs earlier today, and a couple of our cables for Ethernet were a little bit too short, so we had to run back to St. Ambrose and grab some more. We were able to quickly identify the problem and problem solve, but I would say that kind of fits into the line of technical difficulties kind of popping up here and there around the events of this caliber.
Yeah, it's awesome to be host here. I've been in Iowa for a little bit now, but the Quad Cities is definitely something I haven't traveled to yet, and it's been awesome to see how this has been working and how, everything from rooms to food to all that kind of stuff has been awesome to see, and it's been just really nice to see how the people have been reacting to all this kind of stuff, and especially the schools. Like locally, we've got Augustana here today, and they're checking out the event, and we've got a couple other schools that are semi-local and high schools, so I've ended up talking to 3 different high schools today.
Grandview, Illinois Wesleyan.
Yeah, so a lot of local high schools and universities kind of like understanding like, hey, this is back, we're back in LAN event territory, we're going to have a lot of things going on in the future here, and it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
That's going to be cool.
I'm just happy to be back at Rhythm City Casino. Chase, DeWitt, Booker, and I, we ran Paradigm Shift in 2019 here at Rhythm City, brought out 350 fighting games participants to the casino, and Rhythm City was wonderful hosts then. Y'all are wonderful hosts now, and it's been a joy to be here and run this event at such a beautiful location.
Yo, and shout out to Ryan. I think I've said his name like 5 times now. Ryan, personally was opening garage doors for us, and he doesn't need to do that, but he was making sure that things were getting in and that we were still working and that the internet was running and that he was chasing down anything if we needed it. So shout out just personally to Ryan too.
#MidBestHospitality. I'm telling you.